It's Monday, April 11th, 2016, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. Good morning, everyone. I'm Rob Adams, filling in for Kate Chaplinsky. Kate is on assignment. Mike Suppy will be along with sports. We'll also speak with Donald Eng, who will bring us history as we move you through this Monday. Let's dive into the headlines. We start in Easton. Police in Easton are investigating what they say is an accidental shooting on Sunday afternoon. Around 3:10, a caller reported an accidental shooting. Online reports indicate the shooting occurred on Morehouse Road, but police did not indicate a location. One person was taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center for Easton EMS. There is no word on the person's condition. We will keep you posted. Now to Milford, and a police officer is being credited with saving a life last week. The department announced Monday that around 8 that evening in April, police responded to an unresponsive person with no pulse at a home on Yale Street. Patrolman First Class Scott Nablin was first on scene and after a quick assessment of the scenario, began CPR on the subject. Nablin continued CPR on the subject until the subject awoke, gasping for air. Milford firefighters arrived shortly after and continued with further medical treatment until the person was taken to the emergency room. Moving to Stratford now, a brush fire at a site that's part of the Raymark cleanup Sunday likely was set, investigators said. Heavy smoke rose from the area of East Main Street and Frog Pond Lane around 20 to 6 Sunday evening. Flames at the Raymark ball field destroyed 2 buildings across the street from the Stratford Department of Public Works. Because of the presence of hazardous materials, residents and town officials expressed concern over the smoke on social media. Director of Health told the Stratford Star Sunday that there was no threat. Assistant Fire Chief John Gottfried told the Stratford Star that the building's roof had caved in. Gottfried also said that he had been told by Stratford police that vagrants had been known to illegally occupy the building from time to time. Firefighters were not allowed to go inside the building because of the condition of the roof. Fire Marshal Brian Lampart said Sunday evening that it appears the fire was set. It was not clear on Sunday if the fire was intentionally set or accidental. One person in the area was taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center for treatment of smoke inhalation. Lampert said he expects investigators to speak with him tomorrow. Gottfried said he was not sure if anyone was inside at the time of the fire. The building's roof will have to be deconstructed before firefighters and inspectors go inside today. To Milford, once again, a garage fire heavily damaged a residence on Utica Street around 1 Saturday afternoon. Multiple 911 calls reported the fire, and the first firefighters to arrive found heavy smoke and flames in the garage. The blaze extended to the main floor and attic at 10 Utica Street, according to Battalion Chief Anthony Fabrizi. No injuries were reported. 5 people were inside the home at the time and tried to extinguish the fire with a garden hose by opening the garage doors. The American Red Cross arrived on scene to assist the occupants through the recovery process. Milford's fire marshal is investigating, and a cause has yet to be determined. The state's attorney for Danbury said Friday that there is no evidence of a conspiracy involving Reading police in the investigation of the death of an attorney found with a gunshot wound to the head after an auto accident in 2014. State's attorney Stephen J. Sedensky said that although the investigation is not complete, Reading police have fully cooperated with his office. State police and a forensic expert retained by the family of the deceased attorney, Abe DeBella. Sedensky's message comes days after the DeBella family filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court against the town of Reading. Police Chief Doug Fuchs and several Reading police officers alleging that the police did not properly investigate DeBella's death. The state medical examiner later ruled his death a suicide. A discussion about Connecticut's opioid and heroin addiction crisis will be held from 6:30 to 8:30 tonight at Milford City Hall. The forum was organized by State Rep Kim Rose, working with members of Milford's legislative delegation and several health agencies. The Milford Police and Fire Departments, Health Department, the Milford Prevention Council, Bridges and Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services Commissioner Patricia Ramers will be among those participating. Registrar of Voters offices will stay open until 6 p.m. Tuesday, April 12th, to allow voters to register for the Democratic and Republican presidential primaries. Connecticut's primaries will be held Tuesday, April 26th. That is 2 weeks from tomorrow. The Ridgefield Water Pollution Control Authority will be inspecting buildings to find sources of groundwater and stormwater entering the sanitary sewer system starting Monday, April 18th, a week from today. Inspections are being done to reduce the cost for upgrades of Ridgefield's wastewater and collection treatment system. The inspections will take approximately 15 minutes to conduct and will consist of inspection of interior plumbing and exterior areas adjacent to the buildings. The inspector may take photographs to document any findings. If an improper connection is found, the WPCA will send a notification letter to the property owner and explain the necessary correction and time frame for correction. Following correction of the improper connection, a reinspection would then be scheduled and conducted to verify that the correction has been made. Inspectors will carry a picture identification card and letter of authorization from the town. Inspections will be performed from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, Monday through Friday, weather permitting, though some inspections could occur in the same time frame on Saturday. Inspections will only be performed if an owner or adult occupant is present. Residents are asked to restrain pets during the visits. More information can be found at theridgefieldpress.com or ridgefieldct.org. So much to do on this edition of your Coffee Break. We still have to talk with Don Eng. He will have your history, a look back. Of course, Mike Suppy will be along as well with sports. And I'll have the weather for you. But first, we'll take a break. We'll have the weather and more when we come back on your Coffee Break right here on the HAN Network.
Had a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances, where community comes first, a place where there's more than one kind of interest, where automation will never replace consideration, where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with the Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday right here on the HAN Network. Nutmeg Sports later today on the HAN Network, and looking like baseball later today on the HAN Network, and I can't believe I'm saying those words. Mike Suppy will have more for you, and I did promise you the forecast. That is coming up, but first, as always, one of my favorite times of the day, time for history with my friend Donald Eng.
All right, Rob, April 11th, a big day as always. Starting in 1814, the Treaty of Fontainebleau ends the War of the Sixth Coalition against Napoleon Bonaparte and forces him to abdicate for the first time. He would be exiled on the island of Elba, a pleasant enough place 10 miles off the coast of Tuscany, and was allowed to keep a personal bodyguard of 600 men. Napoleon stayed on Elba for about 300 days before returning to Paris and retaking the throne. This, of course, sparked the unimaginatively named War of the Seventh Coalition against Napoleon. To 1909, the city of Tel Aviv, founded by Jewish immigrants who held a land lottery on about 100 acres of land on the outskirts of the ancient port city of Jaffa. Immigration by Jewish refugees meant the growth of Tel Aviv soon outpaced Jaffa's, which had a majority Arab population. Tel Aviv and Jaffa were merged into a single municipality in 1950, 2 years after the establishment of the State of Israel. 1951, at the height of the Korean War, President Harry Truman relieves General Douglas MacArthur of command of the Army of overall command in Korea. MacArthur was a world-class military commander and a world-class pain in Truman's neck, bypassing the president and going directly to Congress to complain about the president's war strategy. The LA City Park, named after MacArthur, by the way, featured prominently in the movie Volcano and the disco anthem with the weird cake lyrics. And finally, now we go to 1970 for this.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1. Ignition. The clock is running! We have liftoff!
That is a forlorn-looking Lieutenant Dan there watching Apollo 13 lift off. 2 days later, an explosion in an oxygen tank would cripple the craft, forcing the astronauts to jury-rig numerous fixes before safely returning to Earth 5 days later. Ken Mattingly, by the way, now 80 years old, still doesn't have the measles. That is your look back in history. And I am Donald Ng.
That might be the line of the day. Those flowers, how are they, Don?
Wait, I see. Now I missed that. Now see, we had a high note there.
Right.
Now
If
I'm
you've
all
seen the movie, then you know the drill. But boy, that's great stuff. Thanks, Don.
Thanks.
For your weather forecast today, before Mike Suppy climbs in here, a chance of sprinkles, cloudy with a high near 54. Tonight, chance of showers mainly after midnight, cloudy with a steady temperature around 52, with the wind out of the south around 15 miles per hour. It's amazing this forecast has really kind of changed. Chance of precipitation is only 50%. For Tuesday, showers mainly before 3, high near 57, and the wind out of the south from 10 to 15, becoming west in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation, 80%. We have lacrosse tomorrow. We'll get that broadcast in. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low 35, 57 and mostly sunny for Wednesday. Partly cloudy and 36 for Wednesday night. Mostly sunny and 58 for Thursday, 55 and sunny for Friday to the weekend, partly sunny, 58 Saturday, mostly sunny and 63 for Sunday. I like the sound of that. Around the region, Ridgefield has 48, Darien 49, and here in Shelton, 49 degrees. So, from your history to your weather, we now go to sports. And here's Mike Suppy.
Thanks, Rob. Well, there was a showdown in Westport yesterday between the two top-ranked baseball teams in the state, with #1 Amity paying a visit to the second-ranked Wreckers in a rematch of last year's state final. And much like last year's Double L title game, it was all Amity, as the Spartans cruised to a 5-1 victory behind a complete game 5-hitter from junior Max Sheps. Pat Winkle homered for the Spartans, while Ben Kasperius drove in the lone Wrecker run. That matchup was part of the SCC FCAC Baseball Challenge, and on Friday it was Hamden toppling Ludlow 3-1 in 8 innings. In Saturday's showdowns, Cheshire thumped Wilton 7-1, Foreigner raced Stanford 7-5. It was Wilbur Cross canceling out Bridgeport Central 15-1, Sheehan pounded New Canaan 19-3, Brian McMahon shut down Brantford 2-0, Ward took out Guilford 3-1. It was West Hill blanking Law 6-0, Trinity Catholic nicked Career 3-1. Danbury blanked West Haven 3-0, Ridgefield edged North Haven 3-2, and Darien upended Daniel Han 5-1. St. Joe's, Notre Dame, and West Haven, Prep Norwalk, Shelton Trumbull, and Greenwich Xavier were all postponed to later dates, giving the FCAC a slight 7-6 lead with 4 games to play. Also around the state, it was third-ranked East Catholic downing Stratford 8-2 in the Jim Penders Memorial Scholarship game over at Penders Field in Stratford. Saturday softball action saw Bethel double up McMahon 14-7 and East Haven taking down Stanford 10-6. Boys lacrosse, it was St. Joe's defeating McMahon 16-7, Wilton 16, Prep 6, Darien 20, Niskayuna, New York 16, Staples 14, Fox Lane, New York 13, Ludlow 11, Newtown 6, Trumbull 11, Pomperog 5, Norwalk 21, Central 0, North Branford 10, Fourn 9, and Bunnell 20, Canton 7. Girls lacrosse saw Ludlow toppling Old Saybrook 13-9. And finally today, as Rob said, programming note, the HAN Network will be live at Cubetta Stadium for Norwalk Trinity Catholic Baseball with first pitch set for 4 p.m. And with sports, I'm Mike Suppy.
Looking forward to that game today, Cubetta. Haven't done a game there in many, many years, Mike, but I think the Darien Niskayuna game from Saturday was fairly significant. A good win for Darien. Niskayuna almost came back. It was 16-15 at one point in that game, so that got crazy. What do you got on kind of your agenda around the region? What are you going out to cover?
I got softball today with Shelton and West Haven, SCC matchup. I was at that game at Penders on Saturday. East Catholic, the third-ranked team in the state. They look pretty good. They handle a decent Stratford team, but I mean it's early. It's there's a lot of games left and a lot of twists and turns yet to turn themselves out.
And traditionally, SCC softball is pretty good, right?
Oh yeah. They I mean they have some state powerhouses that play in that league. This should be a good game today. 2 teams that are going to be trying to make the state tournament, and it's the first softball game I'm covering this year in the SEC, so it should be interesting to see some of the teams.
All right, Mike, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, and don't forget Nutmeg Sports later today at 2 o'clock as we will announce the latest nominees for Athlete of the Week. Get back into that rhythm as well and get you ready for the baseball game, as we mentioned later today, over at Cubetta Stadium in Stanford. Trinity Catholic having to play their games in Cubetta because they do not have a field on site this year, as they're doing a lot of renovations, of course, major renovations to the football field. Getting back to some news now on your Monday coffee break. Door-to-door scammers are already out in many communities, taking advantage of homeowners who are looking to undertake home improvement projects as the weather warms. Last year, Danbury police received a fraud complaint from a homeowner that told the police he returned home to find workers in the process of cleaning the driveway. The workers told him that his wife hired them to seal and resurface the driveway. The complainant paid $2,750 to the workers, but later learned his wife did not agree to the work and never signed a contract with the pavers. Upon inspection, it was determined that the driveway was not repaired or resealed. Instead, a very small amount of a substandard sealant was applied. Danbury detectives contacted the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection. Through a joint investigation, it was determined that there were 8 cases in the area dating back to 2012. The investigation determined that the work done was unprofessional, resulting in asphalt coming apart shortly after work was completed. 3 people were charged. Consumers should be aware that crews often drive unmarked trucks and vans. Their salespeople go door to door, and their pitch may involve, quote, leftover asphalt, unquote, from a nearby job that's available immediately at a bargain price. Other hallmarks of the paving scam include high-pressure sales tactics, confusing contracts, and a request for payment in cash or personal check made out to cash. To verify a contractor's registration, please visit elicense.ct.gov. That's elicense.ct.gov, or call the Department of Consumer Protection at 860-713-6110 or toll free at 1-800-842-2649. To file a complaint, you can email the department at dcp.frauds, that's F-R-A-U-D-S, at ct.gov. dcp.frauds@ct.gov. For other questions, call the hotline at 860-713-6300. You are also encouraged to get in contact with your local police department. For more on this story, including tips on avoiding paving scams, see theridgefieldpress.com. southwestern.com. Trumbull seniors are commenting this morning on a plan to move the Trumbull Probate Court from Town Hall to the Senior Center. Senior citizens are also commenting today on First Selectman Tim Herbst's push for a new senior community center. Probate Judge T.R. Rowe and his probate court staff will have to adjust this summer when they leave the confines of Trumbull Town Hall, where the court has been located since 1959. Herbst confirmed the location change, acknowledging the decision was made after several building assessments conducted by Trumbull Police and Public Works Director John Marzillo deemed that Town Hall wasn't, quote, secure enough to host the probate district that serves Easton, Monroe, and Trumbull. Rowe said the location of the court plays a role in how it functions. However, he believes as long as the state standards are met in the new location, the court will be able to adjust and serve the three communities. Those requirements include space for the judge, the court's 4 employees, a courtroom, and a judicial conference room. The current courtroom location is the town council chambers in Trumbull's Town Hall. Herbst said the move into the senior center is pretty much finalized. We'll take a break here on your Monday coffee break. We'll come back, get to recapping the stories, and get ready to put a wrap on this Monday edition. It's your coffee break right here on the HAN Network.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
Join the HAN Network and Make-A-Wish Connecticut to help make travel wishes come true for local kids with life-threatening medical conditions. Donate your unused airline miles to the HAN Network Wishes in Flight campaign. Over 70% of wishes granted involve travel, and your unused airline miles can help make kids' dreams become a reality. Plus, once you donate your miles to Make-A-Wish, they will never expire. Donate your unused miles and help the HAN Network share the power of a wish.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
For over 25 years, Mike Cizik Painting and Wallpapering has been the name to know for residential and commercial properties in Fairfield County. He uses only the top brands, including Benjamin Moore, for impeccable preparation and lasting quality. Call Mike now and receive $500 off any job over $7,000. Mike is currently accepting reservations for spring, so call him today at 203-770-8869 or 203-972-3310. For your custom painting, finishing, and staining needs, it's Mike Cizik.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Welcome back to your coffee break. It is Monday, April 11th, 2016. I'm Rob Adams. Kate Czaplinski on assignment. We will see her back here again tomorrow. Of course, Nutmeg Sports a little later on today as we get you ready for the week, recap some of last week's information, along with getting you the athletes of the week, getting you all set for baseball later on today. I'll have the call as we see Trinity Catholic hosting Norwalk at 4 o'clock this afternoon from Cubetta Stadium in Stamford. But first, we'll recap some of the headlines on this Monday, starting in Easton, where police are investigating what they say is an accidental shooting. Around 3:10 Sunday afternoon, a caller reported an accidental shooting. Online reports indicated it occurred on Morehouse Road, but police did not indicate a location. One person was taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center for Easton EMS. There is no word on the person's condition. A Milford police officer is being credited with saving a life last week. The department announced Monday that in April, police responded to an unresponsive person with no pulse at a home on Yale Street. Patrolman First Class Scott Nablin was first on scene and after a quick assessment of the scenario began CPR on the subject. He continued CPR on the subject until the person awoke, gasping for air. Milford firefighters arrived shortly after and continued with further medical treatment until the person was taken to the emergency room. A brush fire at a site that's part of the Raymar cleanup Sunday likely was set, investigators said. Heavy smoke rose from the area of East Main Street and Frog Pond Lane around 20 to 6 Sunday evening. Flames at the Raymark ball field destroyed 2 buildings across the street from the Stratford Department of Public Works. Because of the presence of hazardous materials, residents and town officials expressed concern over the smoke on social media. Stratford's Director of Health told the Stratford Star Sunday that there was no threat. Assistant Fire Chief John Gottfried told the Stratford Star that the building's roof had caved in. Gottfried also said that he had been told by Stratford police that vagrants had been known to illegally occupy the building from time to time. Firefighters were not allowed to go inside the building because of the condition of the roof. Fire Marshal Brian Lampert said Sunday evening that it appears the fire was set. It was not clear on Sunday if the fire was intentionally set or was accidental. One person in the area was taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center for treatment of smoke inhalation. Lampert said he expects investigators to speak with him tomorrow. Gottfried said he was not sure if anyone was inside at the time of the fire. The building's roof will have to be deconstructed before firefighters and inspectors go inside today. Again, recapping some of the other stories, Greenwich resident Catherine Kuhn has been named the new principal of Miller Driscoll School in Wilton. Kuhn has more than 2 decades of experience in the Greenwich Public School District, where she currently serves as program coordinator for special education. In her current role, Kuhn supervises all special education services for 7 elementary schools, leads the professional development program for the entire preschool through 12th grade special education staff, and supervises the Scientific Research-Based Interventions SRBI program for the Greenwich School District. Bernadette Hess has been serving as interim principal of Miller Driscoll since Cheryl Jensen Gerner's December retirement. Kuhn will begin her new position on July 1st, and dates will be scheduled in the coming weeks to enable staff and parents to meet the new principal. A Milford-based literacy center is facing financial challenges, and its director appealed to the Board of Aldermen recently to help fund the program. Tammy Jackson, director of the Literacy Volunteers of Southern Connecticut, asked the aldermen to consider adding money to the budget to help support the center. With fundraising down from previous years and a reduction in support from the United Way, Jackson said meeting the $95,000 annual costs has become difficult. The center is down $8,000 for the first quarter. The center, housed with the Fanny Beach Community Center in Woodmont, had been located in Milford for 22 years and during that time has supported the 2 part-time employees with fundraisers, personal donations, and small grants. Jackson told the Board of Aldermen that at least $10,000 would be a figure worth considering. The Milford budget contains 17 granted for agency. Mayor Ben Blake said it would take a 2/3 vote by the aldermen to add a new grant item to the budget, but he said Jackson's plea and her description of some of the people the center has helped seemed to win over some hearts. The Board of Aldermen has just started its phase of the budget process and is expected to vote on a city budget in May. A final look at your forecast before we say goodbye for this Monday. A slight chance of sprinkles today and a cloudy day with a high near 54 with the wind out of the south from 15 to 17 miles per hour. A chance of showers mainly after midnight, cloudy with a steady temperature around 52 and the wind out of the south at 15. To Tuesday, showers mainly before 3, high 57, and a south wind from 10 to 15 becoming west in the afternoon with a chance of precipitation 80%. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low 35. Wednesday, mostly sunny and 57. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 58. Friday, we're at 55. Saturday, 58. And Sunday, getting up to 63 degrees. Right here in Shelton, We're at 49 and holding steady, but looking to get over that 50-degree mark as we move throughout the day. Once again, your lineup for the day, Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock. Don and I will be with you with all the sports you want to talk about from around the area. And later on at 4 o'clock, baseball here on the HAN Network. It'll be the Norwalk Bears taking on the Trinity Catholic Crusaders. But that will do it for your coffee break for this Monday. Enjoy your day. Kate Czaplinski on assignment. She's back tomorrow. Thanks to Eric Chandran and John Kovac for their efforts, and to Mike Suppy and Donald Eng. For all of them, I'm Rob Adams. See you for Nutmeg Sports at 2 right here